Bill and Ben are tank engine twins. Each has 4 wheels, a tiny chimney and dome, and a small squat cab. Their freight cars are filled with china clay. It is needed for pottery, paper, paint, and many other things. Bill and Ben are the most mischievous engines working on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. They're kept busy pushing and pulling cars up and down the line that runs from the China Clay Works to the harbor yard. They like to have fun together and often play tricks on the workmen. But sometimes their teasing ways can get them into trouble. One morning, Bill and Ben were busy at the quarry pushing and pulling cars filled with clay into their proper places. The twins are cheeky and love playing tricks, but they were growing restless. "Listen, Bill," said Ben. "Can you hear something?" "What sort of something?" asked Bill. "Something different," replied Ben. "I can't hear anything different," said Bill. "Exactly," huffed Ben. "Everything is the same. Sounds the same, looks the same. What we need is a surprise." "Surprise what?" asked Bill. Before Ben could answer, the quarry master arrived. "I have just received a message from Sir Topham Hatt. He wants you to go to the station at the harbor." "I wonder what we've done wrong this time," said Bill anxiously. "It must be you," replied Ben. "Why me?" exclaimed Bill. "I've not done anything." "Bill and Ben, Edward is taking the children on a special trip today. Important goods have arrived in the big yard. I need you to help the other engines. I want you to go to the station and look after cars there." "Oh, yes, of course, sir." "We'll do our best, sir," said the twins. They set off happily on their important mission. Boko was resting in the yard when suddenly he heard a pair of familiar whistles. Sighed Boko. "Here comes trouble." "Coughs and sneezels spread diseasel." "Hello, diseasel? Sir Topham Hatt told us you were tired," teased Bill. "He asked us to take all your cars for you." "You two never stop, do you? But I'm wise to your pranks, and we do need help here." The twins were soon busy pushing and pulling the heavy cars into place. At last, the day's work was done. The twins now became excited. They were going to use the turntable for the first time. Bill went first. "This is fun," he shrieked to Ben. He didn't want to move off at all. The foreman stopped the turntable. "Please make way for the other engines," he ordered. Bill did so, but the foreman had accidentally stopped the turntable in the wrong place. Bill was on the wrong track, and there was Ben puffing directly toward him. The engines came to a grinding halt. They gazed grimly at each other. "I was here first," said Bill. "But you're in my way," protested Ben. "You'll have to back up again." "I won't. You will." 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 "I won't." Sir Topham Hatt came to stop the noise. "If you don't behave, I shall not allow you here again." The next day, Ben was still grumpy. "That Bill, imagine getting in my way on the turntable. He's a really silly engine." "The way I heard it," sighed Boko, "it sounded like you were both to blame." "Huh, you must have heard it all wrong." The twins grumbled about each other all day. Even kind Edward lost patience. "All this grumbling spreads bad atmosphere in the yard." "You're quite right, and that's why I've come up with a plan." Boko whispered his plan to Edward. Then his driver told Sir Topham Hatt, "I'll start making arrangements right away." The next morning, he called Bill and Ben into the yard. "Boko is taking a special train to the harbor. His regular heavy goods train is waiting on the siding. You can pull it together." But, protested Bill and Ben, who were still not speaking to each other. "Good. I knew I could rely on you two." "I'll take the train myself," huffed Ben. "Go right ahead," said Bill. Ben was coupled up to the train of freight cars, but they were too heavy for him to move alone. "Go on," teased Bill. "I can't," said Ben. Then suddenly both twins laughed. "I don't think we'll take turns this time, Ben," said Bill. "I think we'd better pull together." Ben was delighted. It was good to be helping each other. Best of all, it was good to be friends again. Next morning, Bill and Ben peeped into the yard. There were no cars for them, but they didn't mind that. Teasing Gordon would be much better fun. Gordon spoke severely to them. "You must behave here. You're on the main line now." "Actually, Gordon," giggled Ben, "when we saw you, we thought this was the scrapyard." Gordon was cross. "Just make sure that my coaches are ready for my evening train." And he fumed away. The twins laughed and set to work. "This is easy," they said to each other. "We know all about cars." But I'm afraid they didn't. "No need for that," shouted the cars as the twins pushed them into place. "We'll show you around. We want to help." "Thank you very much," said Bill and Ben. The cars giggled and began their tricks. Evening came. The yard was in a dreadful muddle. The twins had let the cars tell them where to put things. Gordon and the passengers waited impatiently outside the station while Bill and Ben tried to sort things out. But by the time Gordon was able to leave, it was very late indeed. Next day, the twins were working at the quarry again. "That's a strange noise," gasped Bill. "I've never heard a noise like that before." "I have," whispered his driver nervously. "It sounds like a rock slide to me." Then came the alarm. "Danger! Clear the quarry!" shouted the quarry master. Workmen scrambled into the cars. "Thank goodness we're here," said the twins. They were just puffing out of the quarry when, "Help! Wait for me! A workman had been left behind. Ben waited as the man climbed quickly aboard. The twins left the quarry just in time. Everyone was safe, but rubble lay all around. "Oh dear," said Bill. "This wasn't our fault. I hope Sir Topham Hatt will understand." And indeed he did. Next day, he arrived with Edward. "Bill and Ben, you still have a lot to learn about cars, don't you? But you acted quickly and bravely in an emergency. So 3 cheers for Bill and Ben, our heroes. Hip, hip, hooray! Hooray! Hooray!" "Oh, thank you, sir," said Bill. "Being called heroes, well, it's a really nice surprise," laughed Ben.